Hi guys, it's Lynn here. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Now in this video, it's not a happy video as such. Unfortunately, it's a video on what sun damage looks like on Euphorbia succulent plants. And this is my very large and quite old Euphorbia triangularis. And I'm showing you from the other side first before I show you the side where it's got the sun damage. And I've had this for many years. Beautiful Euphorbia. And as a lot of you may know, we've recently, well, about 2 or 3 weeks now, we brought the plants out that we had inside the house, outside into the yard, and some in the polytunnel. And this was one we were overwintering indoors under the grow lights. And I always mention in my videos that when you bring plants out and they've been indoors, even if they've been growing under grow lights and they've had plenty of light, if it's a sunny day, you're best to bring them out when it's an overcast day or a series of overcast days to allow plants, cacti and succulents, to acclimatise slowly to the higher light levels, especially when it comes to sun. Now, if you can't do that, if you live in a very sunny climate and you're bringing them out, then always cover them with a very loose shade cloth over them, and then just leave the shade cloth off so it allows filtered sun to come through. And then after a few days, you can remove the cloth. Because this allows the plant cells to acclimatise to the higher light levels and the sun UV rays slowly. Now, although I always do this, I had a bit of a problem with this one this year, and this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm also going to share my experience of this. So if this happens to your plants, which I know it can easily do to your Euphorbias, you know what to look for. Now, I put this plant out, it was actually on an overcast day when I brought it out. And we had a series of about 3 or 4 overcast days. Plant was looking great. And then recently we've had some extremely good weather, which I'm not complaining about, but it's been very sunny, totally blue sky, very warm. And I take this plant out every year, so it's never been a problem as such. But I think because we've had a series of so many sunny days, previous to that we had the coldest spring ever up until recently. Very dull, very wet and cold. And then I think it's the shock of suddenly having, I had this outside in the yard even during then, but because we've had a series of fantastic weather the past couple of weeks, this is what's happened here. And I noticed it the other day. I looked and I thought, this Euphorbia's not looking too good. I first noticed the top part, it was starting to go a little bit brown and black at the top, and I thought, that's strange. And then over the next couple of days, I noticed all these black spots appearing all on this side here, as you can see. And it's definitely not a virus or anything like that, because I'll show you why. The other side, this was all the side that was facing the sun out in the yard. And now it's just starting to scab over now. It's healing up. As you can see, these are all drying up, and when they're completely dried back, I'll have to prune it. But this is the side here that wasn't facing the sun, that was against the wall. And as you can see, that's all green under there. And these were always sort of a little bit brown anyway and scabby, and all perfect there, all green, as you can see there, no problems at all, because that was facing against the wall where there wasn't hitting the sun. It's purely all on the side that was getting the sun. Now, the good news is this is not going to kill this plant. It makes it look unsightly, but sun damage can look very similar to frost damage at first, in the sense that frost damage also shows itself. It will come up as black like this, and usually with frost damage it can kill the plant because it will go black and then it just turn to mush and just die back. Sun damage won't do this. It would just scar the plant, as you can see here. First of all, you'll get black little patches and black spots appear on your Euphorbia, as you can see here, little black spots, and then they'll spread into more like a mottling appearance, and then they'll turn brown, as in here, and then it will go crispy and scabby. And it all depends how far the damage is done. If the sun damage has broke all the cells going into the core of the plant, then the whole thing will eventually dry up and die back, and then you just have to prune it at the base of the join. And it will, over time, it will recover and it will send out new shoots. So it's not going to kill your plant unless it's in an extreme case of sun damage. This one, it will survive no problem. It's just going to be a bit unsightly, and I'll have to prune it back, all the dead bits, obviously. And the reason why this happens is because plant cells Plants, the stems here are filled with cells, and photosynthesis, when the sun comes out, the cells take up that sun and store it as food. But when it happens and they're not used to it, it's sunny and intense sunshine, the cells burst and break and get damaged, and this is what causes all this brown mottling appearance here. And it's unsavable when this happens. You just have to prune it back, and that's all you can really do. The good news is it will recover. And I just wanted to make this video because a few people have said that they've noticed their plants, I mean euphorbias, they've even mentioned, they've had them outside and they've started to get lots of black spots and things like that, even though it hasn't been damp. And I said it's nearly always sun damage. If it's facing the side where it's in the sun, then it's sun damage. Obviously if you have the plant in the middle of the garden and the sun is all around it, you could have it all over, but this is clearly all green on this side that was not facing the sun, as you can see, so that's sun damage. But what I'm going to be doing, obviously I'm going to wait. I'm not going to prune anything just yet. I'm going to wait till let the plant acclimatise and then prune this back at here where in the next few weeks when they've totally dried up, and even these will dry back, but it will recover. And obviously what I've done, I've brought this into the polytunnel, and I'll probably keep it here now for the rest of the summer, because although I like to have this out in the yard, it's just been too much sun for it, because it's been indoors for the winter, and this is why this has happened. Now the polytunnel here gets plenty of sun, but it is green coated, so it allows more filtered sun to come through, so it gives a bit of protection. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing with this poor euphorbia. If it doesn't get so sunny and it goes a bit more overcast again, I think by that time it would have acclimatised to the high light levels from being in the polytunnel. I'll be able to bring it back out again then. But just wanted to make this video. Should you have this happen to your Euphorbia succulent plants, I'm doing you a little scan now to know what to look for. You know, it's sun damage. And it is a shame because it damages the appearance of the plant, but it's not a virus or fungus or anything like that, so it will recover in time. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and for lots more tips and tricks on how you can care for and grow your cacti and succulents, then please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And for tips and tricks as well on growing cacti and succulents, and for regular blogs, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of cactus and succulent power from across the Emerald Isle. And until my next video, bye. Poorly plant.